Moto.
Well, hello. My name is Tommy. I am 72 years old, and this channel's name is Moto. Strange name, of course. You got the moto part. The Ceno part, C-E-N-O, that is a prefix whose origin is Greek, from what I looked up, and it means new or recent. And I chose that because I am new and very recent to moto. And let me explain that. We got people on the road today here. I just got my license. That is, I took the MSF basic rider course and passed it, luckily, last month, the middle of March. And before that, I've been riding motorbikes a grand total of 2 months. I think I should explain that even more. I got this scooter. This is the Honda ADV160. I bought it actually January 4th, which was one day after I got my learner's permit. And it was delivered on the 11th, so I've been riding this scooter since January 11. I didn't always have this burning desire to ride a motorcycle or scooter, though. I have been riding bicycles for the past 4 summers. This summer would be the 5th one. We got Pepsi trucks and school buses and cars. Oh my. And this intersection has a sharp angle, so you have to park yourself a little strangely to look back over there. So yeah, I've been riding bicycles. The first year, which was 2020, all the gyms were closed because of COVID. Thank you. And I needed something to do, so I bought a bike. It was a giant Rome 3, and it was a 2020 model. Rode that the first year. Before that, I hadn't been on a bicycle for 40 years or thereabouts. The second year, I motorized the bike. I converted it to an e-bike with one of those conversion kits you get online. And that was great. That was wonderful. Great experience. But once you convert a bike to an e-bike, it becomes an e-bike. You don't want to just pedal it because it's twice the weight that it used to be. It's very tough. So now you have an e-bike that you should use as an e-bike. So the third year, I got me a really cheap Walmart Mongoose, I think it was, mountain bike, which I upgraded completely except for the frame. Everything new except for the frame itself. And I was switching off between the regular bike and the e-bike, and the regular bike and the e-bike, which was fun. But my Walmart bike had full suspension. It was a mountain bike. Still is, actually. And the e-bike, which was a giant Rome 3, was a hardtail. So I'd been curious, how much are e-bikes that are full suspension and maybe a little more powerful? Wanted to kind of upgrade the e-bike. So I started looking online and getting really turned off because those things are really expensive. You buy a name brand full suspension e-bike and you're starting at $5,000. So I wasn't ready for that. Okay, I was here last, so somebody go. And besides that, some of the higher powered e-bikes are not street legal. You have to get them registered, get insurance, and get a motorcycle license anyway. So once I learned that, I thought I'd just take a look around at some motorcycles online. And then that's kind of when the bug hit me. okay, let's just maybe go for a motorcycle. But the more I read, the more I learned that older riders, sometimes they're recommended that they trade in their heavier, more powerful bikes for something lighter and less powerful because they're older. Well, since I'm 72 and never rode before, I decided on a scooter. So that's how the whole thing started. So I got the scooter, and then I kind of was really committed now to go get the motorcycle license. So I did practice and study for 2 months. Like I said, last month I passed. Hooray for me. I thought it was a hard job. Of the 8 people in the course, I was the oldest one, of course. And there was only one fella there besides me, who really had no experience. 6 of the guys had plenty of experience, a lot of them for most of their lives. So there were 2 neophytes, and it kind of showed. I didn't pass with flying colors or at the top of my class, no, but I did pass. In those 2 months where I was practicing and studying, I looked at a lot of YouTube videos about motorcycles, the bikes themselves, what they can do, what different kinds there are, how they're built, and also a lot of tips and tricks, advice, safety, a ton of stuff that I didn't know. And watching these videos with people who are skilled at riding, on one hand it makes you think, yeah, I can do that. On the other hand, it's like, whoa, I'm not sure about this. But I bought the bike, so I had to go ahead. There's several content creators, moto content creators, that I look at regularly. Let's see, I can name 3 of them offhand. MotoJitsu. Let's see, Trekopolis, he also rides a scooter. And of course, now I did forget the 3rd one, sorry about that. But I will be sure to mention it in other videos. One of the things I remember MotoJitsu saying was that you got to get over the fear of dropping the bike, because if you're new, you're going to drop the bike and it's going to drop, and that's all there is to it. So don't be afraid. Of course, when I bought the bike, I didn't even know about these YouTube video channels. So naturally, I developed that fear of dropping the bike. However, during one of the practice runs at the MSF course, I did drop the bike. Not this one. I dropped the bikes that they provide you, which were manual shift, which was something else I never did before. I had 2 months of experience on a scooter with no shifting. And then, I knew about it, but then I'm practicing and taking my skills test on a manual shift bike. But that was okay. I dropped the bike. I was not embarrassed, not in front of the other 7 guys, because we had already known each other for a full day at that point. So I didn't feel too bad that way. But when the instructor came over to help me, my right foot was wedged under the bike and I couldn't completely stand up. I felt bad. And I did say to him, well, okay, what's next for me? And he looks at me and says, get back on and ride. Basically, there's nothing else you can say at that point, but I'm glad he said it because I needed to hear it. Get back on and ride. So again, as I watch a bunch of these videos, I hear that just because you pass the course and you get a license, that doesn't mean you're a good rider. That just means you're cleared to learn how to ride better and better and better every time you ride. I didn't understand that at first, but I do now. I had practiced U-turns so much before I took the class, I was getting really sick of it. so I haven't practiced a U-turn since the middle of March. But according to these, maybe I can call them mentors, the moto channels, you got to, a couple of times a week, hit some of those skills and practice them. Just doing what I'm doing right here now, driving the local streets, that's fine. It doesn't necessarily make you a good rider in some of those circumstances where you may need slow speed skills and maneuverability. So I got to get back to that. I know it. And the last point I want to make here is that, again, these videos that I watch, they are loaded with tips and tricks, how to do things correctly. And in my channel, I cannot offer any of that information. I'm too new. I'm very inexperienced. I look to them for that kind of information. I cannot provide it to anyone else. But what I can provide on this channel is the viewpoint of a beginner. What am I learning? I'm going to go here. What am I learning? What things are difficult? What things about the bike have I discovered? Maybe other beginner riders will find an interest in that. So welcome to See No Moto. At this place where I'm at a stop sign, I think I will stop the recording and continue to record, or continue to ride for a little bit more today. This is the first day in 5 days where it hasn't rained from dawn to dusk. I mean, there's puddles around, but it's not raining at the moment, so I'm going to try to enjoy the ride. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.